Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet are the first open-world RPGs in the Pokemon series. So, can someone please explain why I ran into this problem? You're just a dude with long hair, right? Okay, good. Go-Goat! Wow, this guy's a Go-Goat. Okay. What level? Okay, I'm not supposed to be here yet, huh? Just want to get to Salazzle. Get the Salazzle. You're level 42! Is that Shelgon? Is that Toxtricity? Oh my god. Oh. I'm getting the very big impression that I'm not supposed to be here. Okay, so I take back one of my points that I made in my last video. There is actually not level scaling, much to yours and my dismay. It would have made complete sense to have level scaling, but yet there is none. Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet have a clear-cut path for you to take within the game. Now, that is one clear path, and one that is not told. So let me get this straight. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are open-world games in which you can go wherever the hell you want, whenever the hell you want, but you can be punished for going into the wrong areas at the wrong time. What? That makes no sense. Why would you design a game like this? Every single arrow that you were making us look at was pointing in the direction that yes, you can go wherever, whenever. But you are punished for doing so because these levels are much stronger than you would anticipate. I walked into that area thinking that everything was going to be about my level and that I was, it was going to be a fair and I can do any gym in any order that I wanted to. And granted, that is an option. However, you are going to be heavily punished if you are not prepared to see these levels. And for a new player who wants to go into this game blind, that is horrible game design. You say it's an open world game, but you do not scale the difficulty of the environment around them according to their progression. It doesn't make any sense, and this was the prime opportunity to do it, Pokemon. Like, come on. It's an open world game. General expectation should be, yes, I can do whatever, whenever. And that was my expectation too. And it failed to meet even that. The next thing that I noticed, this game hates water. If you walk into any area with water, like just a remote body of water, holy hell, this game chugs so badly. It is absolutely insane. It is wild. Look, I know a lot of games out there have trouble rendering water, but this game chugs. You know what's the worst part about this game? It already chugs sometimes. Just place another level of chugging on top of that and it just becomes a slideshow. It just sucks. Because, there's a large body of water and there's a lot of stuff that you can catch around there. And granted, I made my way through chugging an inch per second. It was very disorienting and also just nauseating. This is certainly not a new problem, I understand, because games have trouble rendering water and all that stuff all the time. It's not a new problem. It just highlights how badly this game was made in particular, because it's already a bad performing game, and now you just throw water on top of it, it just chugs like 1 or 2 frames per second. Hey, here's a good thing. The gym leaders just keep getting better. Personality-wise, they're amazing, they have a lot of extra character to them, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have already been through this song and dance, but Larry is cool, the guy of Cascarafa. That guy. Yeah, that is cool. They've all got their own variety of spice, and I like the character building that goes on in this world, and, there's actually more to them than just being gym leaders, which I've said before, granted, but it just bears repeating. It's a really good part of this game. Now, speaking of characters, I think that I can come to the conclusion that Nemona is definitely top 3 rivals in all of Pokemon. Hands down. I don't know who she'd be above, or who she would be behind, but I can definitely say she has top 3 rivals. Going back to what I said in the last video, she's a rival that's not too dickish, but also not too nice. It just goes back to what I said in the last video, that she is a rival that is a proper rival. You're both trying to build each other up. Well, I mean, she's already kind of built up, but she's trying to build you up so that she can have an equal. She's just bored. She was bored enough to repeat the gym challenge, for Christ's sake. I like that a lot. I don't think we've seen that before in a Pokemon game. Not to date anyways. Now, because this is an open world game, I imagine that you are heavily encouraged to catch Pokemon and wander around and the like. And because you need Pokeballs to catch Pokemon, I've realized that yes, you can go poor very quickly with very few ways to earn money. It seems like just from wandering around and doing stuff like that. I don't know if there's any side quests that the game will point you in the direction of, because I haven't run into them obviously. But you can go poor very quickly because everything costs a lot of money and you earn very little. And also on top of the fact that you don't get the amulet coin in the game for a long time, at least in terms of level progression. If you bum rush there as if you'd already known where it was or something like that, then yeah, you can get it pretty quickly. But in terms of just general level scaling and where you would expect to be at, and versus where you would expect the amulet coin to be at, it's not the same. And by that point, you're what, 6 gyms in? 7? Maybe? Potentially? Also, let me just say, the base prize money that you get from fighting trainers is not a whole lot. And doubling that, it just seems like a letdown because gym leaders barely give any more than the regular old trainers do. And that's a little bit disappointing, and you can get yourself stuck in a financial situation there where you just don't have enough money to buy more Pokeballs to catch Pokemon or healing items to heal, and you're kind of just stuck in a rut of just being poor and then needing to pick up these like glowing things and hoping for star pieces, Stardust, and all that stuff, right? Last point that I want to make in this video is that after going through a few gyms and seeing how Terastallize works, it's kind of boring. Like, it doesn't do much. I guess it's a nice gimmick in this game. It's not horrible like Gigantamax or Z-moves were, but it's also not anything extravagant. You know, it's kind of like a subtle touch, because what does it really do? It gives you a new type, and it's basically treated like an adaptability boost. It's just an extra stab on top of what you already had. So instead of 1.5, you're doing 2 times damage, which is cool? I don't know, man. I was kind of expecting like a hype gimmick or something like that. It looked hype in the trailers, but then in actual gameplay, it just doesn't do much because it doesn't boost your stats. It doesn't boost anything really. It doesn't give you a new ability or anything like that. It's just an extra stab. I guess it adds some level of depth to the actual battles. Not in the way with gym leaders. It just got very formulaic, in which they would just have a Pokemon that is completely left field, but then they go back into the type anyway, so you just click the same move that you use for the rest of their team. Big whoop. I don't know. Terastallize is pretty boring as a mechanic. It doesn't really add anything. It's just kind of like, hey, here's your extra stab, or here are your new resistances. Hope you guys have been enjoying the game, and hope, you know, let me know what you guys think about the game down in the comments below. Obviously, my biggest point in this video is that there's no level scaling, and that's kind of disappointing, especially when it made so much sense. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. I'll see you guys next time when I wrap up the game and give you guys my final thoughts. That said though, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.